Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be doing a vape chat featuring eVo liquids. I was not planning on doing a vape chat or reviewing the eVo liquid, but a couple of things sort of led me in that direction. Things that were unplanned. For instance, here's my old LG Optimus Pro, the G something phone, which I did a review on. Really good phone, but I needed to upgrade it, and I had upgraded to the new Samsung Galaxy S6. It's in a nice case there, made by OtterBox. Anyway, that ended up taking a lot of time last night, and usually the day before that I do a video, because this is Thursday and I post it Friday, so you'll be watching this video Friday. The day before, I do all this research to make sure I have like specs and things, and also I have time a couple of days prior to also test the product, make sure it's good, it's something that I can recommend to you. And I had originally planned on reviewing this Opus BTC 3100 charger, which so far is an incredible charger. So this was originally my Friday's video. I'm going to have to push it out to Tuesday. So whether you're into flashlights that require the big rechargeable batteries, or AA's, AAA's, everything, this thing can do any chemistry, any battery within, physically fitting. And it has features that I've been looking for in a charger, which it can refresh and discharge and recharge and measure the how good the battery. I mean, it does everything I want it to do. So I'm really excited, and I want to make sure that I do a really good, intelligent video on this product. And if I try to push it out for tomorrow, it's not going to be a very informative or good video. So instead, I could do an uninformed vape chat because that's just, the nature of these things. It doesn't require a lot of background research and everything. Anyway, enough not talking about vapor. eVo, here's what happened. The company that makes eVo liquids, which is Nicopure Labs, had sent me the eVo liquid. They had sent me some Halo liquid a while back, and I've already sort of in other videos mentioned the Halo liquids, and I'll tell you, Halo has always been absolutely outstanding. I love it. I had mentioned the Cordoba. I also had mentioned the Midnight Apple. Both absolutely incredible juices. They just always have a lot of flavor. The viscosity, the blend of VG-PG is always perfect. The packaging is always perfect. And these things are sold out of the Halo website, which is really good. But Nicopure has another line of liquids called eVo. And they did mention, the person who sent this mentioned that this is a separate company or whatever, or a separate line. Really has nothing to do with Halo, other than they're both produced or under Nicopure Labs. Well, anyway, wasn't really too excited, but then a couple of days ago I tried it out, and holy freaking crap. It all of a sudden moved up on my radar to get a video out, and it's really an incredible juice. First of all, child-proof cap. Well, it has the dropper in, which I love. Packaging. Now this is plastic. Usually, or with the Halo liquids, glass. This one's plastic, so they save a little bit on packaging, but it's still tinted. It's not clear, so I think that helps preserve the juice. So infrared or ultraviolet UV light doesn't degrade the juice quickly. This stuff lasts over a year. It has the nicotine level on there. It has the volume in milliliters, how much is in here, a batch number. Very, very important. Batch number. So they had to do a recall there's a way to do it. I don't know why all companies don't do this. And also there is a best by date, or which I consider expiration date. Things that should be on here. Also ingredients. So you have PG in here, you have VG in here, you have natural and artificial flavorings. Made in the USA by Dick Pure Labs. This is the Golden Kiwi. This is one of the new flavors. So before I go into more specifics, I'm going to go ahead and put some into my little Derringer here, my little Derringer, which those of you who follow my channel should recognize what I'm vaping that on, and it's temperature control. And I was just blown away, not only by the flavor, by the vapor production. I mean, this is right now set, it's in temperature control mode, and usually you don't get a very good vape compared to normal mode. But let me start this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. This is the Mini Invader, or the Invader Mini, which I highly recommend. Anyway, check this out. Okay, that was kind of weak because it dropped down to 10 watts. So that was only 10 watts. So let's bump this up to 25 watts, single coil, just so you can see what a 15 wraps of nickel, 28 gauge, around just a piece of organic cotton. Nothing special. Okay, this is crazy vapor production. Not what I was expecting, especially out of this particular setup, because I've vaped other juices in here and it wasn't producing the vapor that I got out of this. So I mean, very clear how much vapor this stuff produces, and the flavor, just like with Halo products, the flavor is intense. Now I can't tell you whether you're going to like the flavor or not. I really like it. I really love it, Golden Kiwi. However, you might not like it. You know, it's all taste. It's all, as we always say, subjective. But holy mackerel, this stuff is some good stuff. I really, really, really like it. Also, again, childproof cap. If you're going to take something, if anyone in the industry that sells juices or play sell juices can take anything away from this video up to this point, is childproof caps need to be on every single one, even if it's zero nicotine. And this is zero nicotine. And, you know, I know it's not protecting anything because you can drink this stuff with zero nicotine, but trust me, it's political. It's very political. It's not, you know, because this is zero nicotine, it doesn't make sense. I know I'm going to get comments, whatever, but, you know, if it is nicotine and the kid drinks it, your kid drinks it, we got, the industry just gets hurt. We all get hurt by it. And it's going to force the government to over-regulate, which we all know what that's all about. Anybody in the gun community watching, especially the ones in the gun community that hate when I do vaping videos and always hit the dislike, this relates to the gun community right here. You know, safeties and over-regulation and everything, you should relate. You know what I'm talking about? I hope you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, another thing that the Nick Pure has sent me, the gentleman, they sent me this adapter. This is a long time coming. Big time, because, alright, I had ordered and done a review on this Halo setup a long time ago, and I love it. The quality of their products. I already took it out. Like, here's the battery. The quality is exemplary. It's really, really well made. I like how there's a slight rubber coating it here, but it uses a non-standard thread. So that means if you have, like, here's Ego style 510 whatever, doesn't fit. And what inevitably happens when you start up with something like this, eventually, if you really get serious into vaping, you're going to move up. And usually when you move up, you're going to go to the more standard threads like 510 at Ego. So what are you going to do with these batteries? Now it's going to sit, in a closet, or you can give it to a friend, which would be cool. But it's going to just sit in a drawer or whatever, and you'll forget about it. One day, you're having to clean up, and oh, look at this, whatever. So why waste these really, really good batteries? Well, they came up with this adapter, which I'm very excited about because I can finally use these really cool green ones that I like. So you put this, and I think it's an 808 thread, but don't quote me on that. This should go on here. Alright, like that. And actually, it's really nice. And then you should be able to put your eVo or 510 guys on there. I was like scared of, oh, that's not fitting. So there you go. Now, yeah, it adds a little bit of length to it, but at least you can make use of the really, 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 really good batteries that Halo has. Really good stuff. I also noticed there was a little bit of resistance when I put that on there. It's a nice spring-loaded pin in there, which is pretty cool. So it looks like it will work with just about anything. I really like what they did here. So this is a really good adapter. So I guess these are available from Halo. Halo website, halo.com, HALO.com. Again, I didn't do a lot of preparation with this, so hopefully I'll throw some links in there. Whatever. Alright. Next thing. Here's something that sort of ticked me off just a little bit. Where are they? Blue. Blue came out with their newer e-cigs and everything, and I've always liked Blue. They were my first Cigalite, and I really liked them, and they're the reason why that I like Johnson Creek, because they made the juice for Blue. Well, I don't think they're making the juice for Blue anymore, and they changed their flavor. But whether Johnson Creek makes it or not, I don't like the taste of the new juice compared to the old. I mean, it's still good. Vapor production, pretty good. Taste, just like any other. See, it used to be exemplary to me. Now it's but again, taste subjective. But here's the kicker. Here's the thing that I don't like that they did. Okay, I took the paper off the outside because I had the intention of popping this off and refilling it like I used to do with the old Blue cartomizers. Well, now you can see there's like all these holes down, not just a single hole. So I went ahead and pulled it off. Whoops. And you can see there's like a cork kind of thing in there, or some sort of material. I don't know what it is. It's like a hard something. Whatever. Anyway, look what's in there now. Let me see. Let me get the light. There we go. Can you sort of see what's going on? Oh my God, I can't aim today. See that? It's like metal. It's like metal in there now. I don't know what they did, but I can't refill it. It's it's metal. So they made it so you can't refill the cartomizers. That bites. That bites. This piece is sort of like a rubbery feeling. Whatever. So I actually had to fish this out of the garbage can, so I threw it away a couple of days ago, and I'm like, you know what, I can mention this in a Vape Chat. So I dug it out, and very disappointing. I'm not buying Blue anymore at all. I'm gonna the fin ones I could still refill, and I still use them to this day. I try to keep a Cigalite, sometimes like a spare or backup, whatever, in the car, and I'll refill the cartomizers. The batteries are great, so these little fin guys are great. Produce good vapor for Cigalite. I don't know if I ever mentioned, I did try the Views. The taste is probably the worst out of them all. Again, taste, that's subjective. However, this is probably the worst e-cig ever made. They put a chip in there, so when they say, hey, you did the certain amount of puffs, it stops working. Whether or not there's juice in there, whether you refill the cartomizer or not, the chip just breaks. Just like a printer cartridge, you know, like the HP or whatever. They put a chip in there so that cartridge stops working even if it has some ink left in there. They took a lesson from the inkjet printer market. Also, they made this out of, you know, metal, and it's really long, and you better do some lip muscle exercises, because holding this straight for a length of time requires strong lips. And you know, putting it on your teeth, it's metal there. It's just, you got to keep it in your hand, and then you smoke. And to me, the taste, and I'm also, for some reason, like, I don't usually smoke nicotine, but of course these are high nicotine. Compared to the other high nicotine ones, I get more of a head rush here. And you know, R.J. Reynolds, who makes this, you know what they did in the tobacco industry? They started adding all those extra chemicals and all that extra stuff to produce more hit, to make them more addictive. I don't know if they're, you know, I'm sort of insinuating. I'm not saying they did it. I'm not saying it. But there's something else going on here. I don't know if they're putting anything else in here or not. I don't trust them. Put it that way. The cigarette industry, I don't trust it. And, you know, blue cigarette industry now too, or has been, is. Anyway, Finn. As far as Cigalites are concerned, the kind that are whatever, I think they're my favorite right now. Subject to change. They might change their cartomizer and then screw my life up again. Alright, so I think I covered really everything, and it's over 15 minutes. I can make a relatively simple video long, I'll tell you. Anyway, that's really it. Unprepared, sort of off the cuff video. This is me, nothing else. I'm not professional, faking it, whatever. Tuesday. I'm sorry that I really want to get this. This is an amazing. I'll talk about it for at least a couple of minutes, or a minute or two, just so you know. I seriously did start researching this and use it. This thing has different modes that you can sort of click through. Has a display button. When I say modes, that means charge mode, refresh mode, discharge mode, things like that. Display, where it makes it display different things, like how many milliamps it had put into the battery, or the current voltage, you know, where it is as it's charging, all kinds of information. You could change the amount of current that goes to the battery with this button, and then there's a slot where you can sequence through these 4 slots. So you can change the settings on each individual slot, or you can change them on all the way across. Really an amazing thing. And they even put a fan on here, realizing it's going to get hot. And it uses a regular charger on the bottom, right, charger right there. So you really need to stay tuned, because if you're into vaping and you're looking for a good battery charger, exemplary so far, this thing is something I can recommend. I'll have the final version on Tuesday's video, but holy crap, this is a good charger. I burped, and I'm not taking it out of the video. Really good. Alright. You know what? Samsung Galaxy S6. I'm going to throw everything into this video. I feel bad that I just didn't prepare, so I'm guilting myself into making this video longer by just reviewing anything I got on my desk. So this is like everything. This is a really cool phone. Samsung finally strayed away from the plastic cases, and they now have Gorilla Glass 4 on the front and the back with a nice aluminum frame. And this is not the Edge version. I got an Edge version where the screen is a little bit curved, so you get information on the side or something. I didn't want that. I wanted something normal, so they have the regular version, so I have a case, because I baby my phones, and I like to put them in thick cases to try to make them last. But this is a big change, a big move forward for Samsung. They finally got away from that just cheap plasticky stuff, and they produced a good phone. The only disappointing thing is they put a weak battery in this thing. They only put a I think a 2,550 milliamp hour battery. They sort of went down on it, but they put their own 8-core processor in here, and they did other things, I guess, to sort of make the battery last pretty long. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. Even though it's a smaller battery, the battery life is still pretty good. I would say it's actually doing better than my Optimus G that has like a 3,100 something milliamp hour battery. And the screen on this is incredible. It's one of them QHDs of crazy resolution that I can't see because I'm over 50 years old. I got these really thick progressive lenses, so you know I could go all the way here on the bottom and I still can't see a pixel, so it's over pixels for me. But incredible phone so far, a couple of days. If you wanted me to review this phone, even though there are literally hundreds of reviews of this phone, but you for some reason want to see me review it, hey, I'm up for it. I'll review this phone. So far, I like it. It even has a little fingerprint thing, sort of Apple-ish. They even copied Apple's layout on the bottom. This thing has a heart rate and oxygen sensor on the back. You put your face, like you're into working out, you can do that. Best camera in the industry right now. This is better than a lot of point-and-shoot cameras. 16 megapixel, but megapixel is not everything. This thing has great low light, perfect, or not perfect, but near perfect colors, very little noise. If you're someone who likes photography and everything and likes to have a camera with them all the time, you don't have to carry a separate camera anymore. You can carry just this phone, and it does have a mode like a professional mode where you can go in there and tweak a lot of the stuff. Really an incredible phone. He has a forward camera too for them selfie people, you know. Alright, I'm not talking about vape anymore. So, eVo, let's just circle back real quick. Nicopure Labs, just so you know, Halo, Nicopure, eVo, you know, they're all, those two are by Nicopure Labs. They've been around since 2009. They, I think, used to be in New Jersey, and now they had moved, I guess, to Florida somewhere. And by the way, that adapter I showed you, you know, the adapter for the old Halo batteries, that only costs $5. Only $5. And as far as the eVo, they show 23 flavors. Look at all those flavors. However, they do not show the one I just... Oh, there it is. Golden Kiwi. Golden Kiwi? Golden Kiwi. Sweet and tart combined to create a smooth kiwi flavor. They nailed it. They nailed it really good. By the way, the 10 milliliter is $6.99. The 30 milliliter is $16. They don't have an official website. However, and I'll go ahead and put the link below. There is a couple of sites out there. I found one called eVo Vapor. eVo Vapor, which is evovapor.com. You go there and get those juices. They are really, really good. One other thing about safety, you know, juices, there are a lot of people making juices in their garage, you know, they gotta move their cat, their dog, clean the counter and start making juices, and they could actually package it up and make it look really good, but it's still not in a safe lab. So if you're vaping and you are concerned about what you're putting in your body, you should get the stuff that you are consuming, vaping, or anything in life from a trusted source. Be safe. And Nicopure Labs, as far as their eVo and their Halo, is what I would consider personally as a trusted source. Alright, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, especially for sitting through this rotten video. And I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.